elementary school teacher. Thank you, I know. And the thing is, I actually interviewed out here in this wonderful place in the suburbs, and it was so amazing because you go to these schools and they have all these luxuries, and I was like, wow, they have bathroom doors and copy machines. Oh man, it was so amazing. But I now teach for Los Angeles Unified, and I now have to put a little more down. Like my life. Every time I go into the classroom at 7:45 a.m., I open the door to a building dedicated to building. It only breaks me down. Classrooms overpacked like book bags. Teachers paid less than what it cost them to be here. Oceans of adolescents come here to receive lessons. You never learn to swim. It got so bad, y'all. I'm serious. I just start my classroom off in a way that the kids can kind of connect and understand. So basically, I come in and I start my classroom off like this. Who got a problem with learning today? On August 22nd, 2012, the Center for American Progress showed that not only is the average white student attending school where a majority of peers are also white, but $344 more is spent on every one of those students than every student of color. This economic disparity in education funding reinforces racial segregation, which unfortunately continues into adulthood. Prose: White Socks Only by Evelyn Coleman. Savage Inequalities: Children in America's Schools by Jonathan Kozel. And Teachers Have It Easy by Daniel Mouthrop. Poetry: The New Slave Trade by Sim Thompson. And High School Training Ground by Malcolm London. And Drama: Educational Gun by Angel Gaines. Because this is not what Brown fought the board for. I enter a large and sunny first grade classroom and see 23 children, all white or Asian, and as in every classroom, the window shades are clean and new floors, neatly tiled gray and green, and the teacher instructing in areas of reason and logic. I work in the school, but I've never been required to teach a full lesson of academic value. Still, I teach empathy to children who believe respect comes after violence and civilization is a white man's prison. Okay, I'm gonna turn around real slow and write some information on the board. And I'm gonna need y'all to copy this down. Tyrone, put your gun down. No, Tyrone, put your gun down. Okay, same time then. Put your you shoot me, you lose recess. Tombstones of hope with epitaphs written in gang signs and urine. I mean, what stability have they seen in the coffins, cleverly disguised as Section 8 housing, is on either side of this enormous, ugly school building. There's an overwhelming sensation of emptiness. There are no labs, art. The only air conditioning is a hole in the roof.
It was scorching hot. My mouth was mighty thirsty. That's when I noticed the water fountain. But a sign read whites only. Well, I knew what that meant, so I took off my shiny black patent leather shoes, and now I only had on my clean white socks. This is a training ground, a reoccurring cycle built to recycle the trash of the system.
You came to my school. You saw the difference. See this book? We have to read with pages missing. Pages are falling out. They don't even have enough books for every student in this class. Then why are we treated like this? This wouldn't happen to white children.
Well, it doesn't make any sense to offer something that most of these urban students will never use. I mean, no one expects these ghetto kids to go to college. Lucky if they're even literate. If we can teach them some useful skills, get them jobs, we are giving them the most they can hope for. If they had given Head Start to our children, and pre-kindergarten and materials and classes of 15 and computers and the books and supplies sufficient enough to compete with the suburban schools, and then to come in a few years later with their test demands. It might have been fair play. But they leave us as we are, separate and unequal. I was slurping up that water mighty fast when this big white man grabbed me and pushed me to the ground.
Can't you read, girl? Well, I'm gonna whoop you till you can't sit down. Yes. You can still be lynched for being black. Only they don't use rope anymore. Racial slurs fly across my classroom like burning crosses, and I am reminded I am white. No matter what I do, no matter how hard I work, there's this feeling that it's never enough. I can only be reaching 70% of my students. And that's working blood, sweat, and tears. That's if I'm totally neglecting my kids and my health. I mean, I love teaching. But when the remarkable degree of racial segregation exists almost everywhere, I can't support a system that won't even support its teachers and students. They neglect these children. And we have nothing better to offer them. No child needs a closet for a classroom. This diminishes their aspirations. We can provide terrific schools to all our children. Now, these changes can be made overnight, but why not give these children something so spectacular in their public schools that they might be able somehow to soar up above this hopelessness? Our Board of Education is driven by lawyers and businessmen. Only one teacher sits on that board. Now tell me, what does that teach? You.